Good afternoon and welcome to Walt Nicgorski Park in Pensacola, New Jersey for the Thank You Classic. I believe this is game number 3 between Toms River North and Middletown South. And for BFA Sports, I am Al Fisher along with my brother from another, Doug Stasic. And Doug, another great game. I guess you want to do the starting lineups?
Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll.
All right, with the starting lineups. First for Toms River North, Nick Mortalito at shortstop. Batting second, Brandon Vallis playing left field. Batting third, Shawn Mendes playing right. Lucas Malave, the catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Jack Tava playing first base. Batting sixth is Tom Saldita playing third. Batting seventh and DHing Joe Boyle. Batting eighth and playing second base Ryan Baker. And batting ninth and playing center field Zach Gooddale. And the pitcher on the mound is John Lolbo. Here's your defensive lineup, starting left to right. In left field, Matt Ponteri. Center field, Patrick Gigon. Right field, Brendan Roche. And left to right again from third to first, Joe Bartos, Stephen Boguski, Mike Cowell, Joe Stanzione. Behind the dish is Greg Trezza. And on the mound is number 23, Evan Wood.
David Ventura. Number 30, Russ Thistle. Number 42, Kevin McVicker. Number 28, AJ Chapman.
So they continue to go through the festivities here live on the field as John Scanzano, the head coach of Kings Christian Baseball, is also doubling as the public address announcer today as things get ready to get underway. But this is a real treat for us. It's got a couple of teams from North Jersey playing in the proverbial South versus playing against somebody in the South. But two high-powered offenses. Expect to see runs on the board today.
Well, we love to call lots of runs on the board because there's a lot of activity, a lot of electricity. And again, we don't get a chance really to see much from the north, and it should be a pretty exciting afternoon.
Yeah, the Mariners are a very stacked lineup offensively this season. They've been putting up quite a few runs, I had alluded to. And I think on the flip side from Middletown South, what we're going to see is some stellar pitching, especially starting with the starting pitcher today.
Yeah, that would be Evan Wood on the bump for Middletown South.
Middletown South is honoring school nurses Eamon Mikowski and Catherine Callahan.
As once again, the Thank You Classic is all about our first responders, and you're hearing some recognition of those who do serve the community in that capacity.
And Attorney Councilman Terrence Turnbuck.
Yeah, this is a fantastic event. There's about 7 different fields throughout South Jersey that are featuring teams from all over the state.
We got another heavyweight matchup coming up next, too, so we got 2 heavyweight bouts.
Yeah, we got on deck is Don Bosco Prep and Bishop Eustis. Confirmed that Anthony Salamito will be pitching for Eustis, but we're going to pause here for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, as we get ready to get underway, John Lolbo will be on the mound. His battery mate is Lucas Malave or Malave. Anybody want to help me out with that one? I guess we're going to call him Malave. And if I get in trouble, we'll see it in our live stream. It's all right. I like getting corrected, right, Doug?
That's one of your favorite things.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Well, let's talk about the dimensions here. This is a hitter's ballpark. It's 308 down the left field line, 320 down the right, and am I reading that right, 335 to dead center?
Yeah, it is a hitter's ballpark for sure, but what we have seen are quite a few tremendous pitchers as of last night and early this morning, and I would expect to see much more of the same. I mentioned Wood on the mound. And we'll take you around the ballpark a little bit, and we'll continue to talk over the copyrighted music.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to get ourselves in trouble here.
So there you go. Taking a gander inside the Toms River North dugout. And then you can flip over and see Middletown South. So, again, get some player reactions. And the good news is there's no audio on those cameras in the dugouts.
That's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing, because I'm sure it can get a little frisky in here, if you will. Let's talk about Middletown South, the visitors coming in today. They're 5-2 overall coming in this game, and 1-2 in the division. Obviously, this is a thank you classic, so it's more of, giving back to the community, making kind of the pomp and circumstance, if you will. But still, teams playing for some pride here, and it should be a lot of fun. Toms River coming in at 3-1 overall and 2-0 in the A South. I want to thank John Scanzano for giving me the lineups with that information on it. And leading off for the visiting Middletown South team, I believe they're the Eagles, is Patrick Egon, the center fielder. And the first pitch to him popped up, third base side. Calling for the baseball, Saldita, and makes the grab. The first out at the top of the first.
Well, that's what you call efficient.
One pitch, one out. Now stepping to plate with one down is Greg Trezza, the catcher. See if Lobo can continue this efficiency with an next batter at the plate, and first pitch is foul at the first base side and out of play.
Well, if this game follows the pace of the morning session, we're going to see some runs early.
Well, we had two pitches, two swings, but takes that one outside low for a ball, so it's now 1-1. To Trezza. So Lobo gets his sign from Malay. And the 1-1 pitch. High and away for a ball. It's now 2-1.
It's interesting right there. Trezza had asked the umpire for a timeout. This pitcher was going into the windup, and it's one of the first things that I tend to notice a lot with all these games that we do is what are the umpires going to let them essentially get away with when it comes to the chess match of trying to control tempo.
It's a very fine line. The ball beat to short. Gets over the shoulder of Mortalito.
Yeah, that one ate him up. A little bit of a hop here off of the infield turf, right on the fringe of the dirt, and he was handcuffed.
How are you scoring that one?
That's a base hit.
All right.
I mean, there's nothing much that you can do about there. It took a bit of a crazy hop, although the groundskeeper would probably argue that it's an E, so whatever that might be out here.
In close proximity to us, maybe? As that brings up Joe Stanzione, the first baseman, a runner at first base and one out. Lobo checks the runner. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike call. Trezza once again taking his lead at first base. He is a catcher, but we've seen some speedy catchers this year.
See, take a look at the BFA side-by-side coach's view. Opportunity to see the pitcher manage the run game and the aggressive nature of the might or could be base stealer.
And Trezza takes his lead at first. As Lobo checks the runner, and the pitch fouled straight back. Count now goes to 1-2 to Joe Stanzione. Nice shot from the third base camera person, I would say.
Yeah, doing a nice job over there.
Real nice job. There goes the runner. Oh, that shot's hit the deep left field. If it stays fair, it could be gone, and it is a foul ball. Wow.
Yeah,
and that's a tall fence here. It's probably, what, a good 20 feet, would you say?
Yeah, it's a double.
Yeah, it's a double fence.
Kind of fence.
16, 20. What was that, John? 21 feet to get the exact dimensions here, Doug.
Yeah, that's a shot. So don't be confused when you see that line. Pole says 308. Get that ball that far over the fence. You're gonna have to hit that real good, or at least with some serious launch angle.
Count still remains 1-2. The runner goes again, hitting the ball a deep center field, and that ball is out of here. Home run, Joe Stanzione.
Stanzione just amazingly, a lot of times you see a hard hit ball that crushed foul to come back and be able to do it all again. That is certainly impressive, and that is how you back up your pitcher early in a game.
Stanzione is definitely not in the small category. He's a beefy young man. Look at him.
Yeah, he's
big.
I'm surprised he wasn't drafted in the last couple of days of the NFL draft. We'll take a look inside the dugout there at Middletown South. And it looks like he's done this a few times. All right, there we go. They finally give him some love.
All right, after that 2-run blast from Stanzione, it brings up Matt Punteri, the left fielder. With Middletown taking a 2-0 lead here early in the first. And the first pitch to him is high for a ball. You don't see that very often after hitting the foul, coming back with the next pitch and hitting a bomb.
No, it's usually like the kiss of death.
It is. That pitch is high for a ball. It's now 2-0. I apologize.
And I say that because a lot of times guys will kind of react and they're like, man, I just missed that one, and they crushed it. And a lot of times what you'll see is they try to overswing, but he waited for that ball to come to him, then he hit it right straight back up dead middle of the field, so he got good wood on it.
He sure did. That was dead center field. I mean, practically right over the 335 sign. Swing and a miss. Count now goes to 2-2 to Punteri.
Yeah, you got to feel for Punteri in this spot. You're sitting there on deck and you watch your brethren hit an absolute nuke over the center field wall. You feel like you got to keep things going.
And the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out for the second out of the inning as Punteri goes down swinging.
Yeah, so credit to Wood. Calms himself down after giving up the long ball, right back to business.
Indeed. That'll bring up Ben Schild, the designated hitter. Hitting for Evan Wood.
Do we want to set a wager on whether or not it's Ben Sweet Child of mine?
Oh, boy. This guy, I'm telling you, you really should be a stand-up comedian with your stuff. Are you serious? Do you know it's Child? I would say Schild.
I think it's Child.
You really do?
I do.
All right.
We'll find out.
We're going to have to run downstairs between half innings and a hard ground ball base hit just past the outreach arms of the shortstop, Mortalito. And Ben Schild keeps it going here in the top of the first with a nice hit to left field.
Good job pulling the ball, designated hitter. One thing he's going to be doing in this game, so trying to do it well, and he did so right there. So good barrel control, kept his hands inside on that swing, and was able to put it to what we would call the 6.5 hole.
With 2 outs, that'll bring up the third baseman, Joe Bartos, to the plate. Again, with a runner at first base. That first pitch is over for a strike call. Schild looks like he's or Child. We'll have to have that debate. I may call him that if there's a hit in the gap. I might change his name all the way around. Big lead over there at first base. As Bartos takes that low for a ball, it's now 1-1.
Well, you had mentioned that someone was going to run down the steps to go see about that. I'm guessing that's not going to be you.
Why?
I haven't seen run in your arsenal of skill set here.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I've been trying to lose some weight here.
Well, falling down the steps doesn't qualify as running down the steps.
John, you're saying I'm clumsy over here. Is that you think I'm clumsy? He's not saying anything.
He just said you're fluffy. I don't know what the hell that means.
There goes the runner, swing and a miss, and here comes the throw. They're going to get him.
Nice job there. You get to see the dual angles on the BFA side-by-side cam. But what a hose.
We'll be back with BFA Sports in the bottom of the first right after this break.
All right, and we are back, headed to the bottom half of the first, where the Mariners of Toms River North about to go to bat. Let's take a look at their lineup as the shortstop, Nick Mortalito, followed by left fielder Brandon Valles. You got Shawn Mendes. Cleanup hitter is Lucas Malave. Jack Tava, first base. Dom Saldita over at third. Joe Boyle, the designated hitter. Ryan Baker at second. Zach Goodell out there in center field. And we already have had a look at the starting pitcher, John Lawalbo.
All right, defensively, as I try to catch my wind from left to right, Matt Punteri in left. Egon in center, Roche in right. Joe Bartos at third. Bogozewski at short. Mike Cowell at second. Joe Stanzione at first. Behind the dish is Greg Trezza, and on the mound is Evan Wood. Yeah, I'm out of shape. As I had to take my headset off to catch my breath. First pitch is low for a ball to Nick Mortalito, playing shortstop today.
You might have to order a delivery from the concession stand for the a bottle of water.
1-0 pitch is on the inside corner for a strike call. It's now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is low and away for a ball. It's now 2-1 to Nick Mortalito. And just what do you think it was? Shield or Child?
I'm going to go Child. I mean, that's what
You're sticking with it.
I'm sticking with it.
So, is it the norm between you and I was right. It's Shield.
Well, that's not the norm.
Oh, that's what you're telling the audience. All right. Back to business here. Oh, ground ball to third. Nice job by Bartos as he throws across the diamond. It gets him.
Hot corner.
Yes, sir. That was an in-between hop.
Yeah, it really was. Did a nice job relaxing, letting the ball come. He was ready to barrel it to the chest if he needed to. And a fundamental textbook play.
That'll bring up Brandon Valles. With one out in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch is low for a ball.
Good look there at Vallis. That one dropped in for a ball.
Nice shot of the lefty. Vallis takes it over for a strike call. Now 2-1 to him. Vallis playing left field today. Lefties always have that sweet swing. I don't know what it is about. Oh, that was a nice cut, but big swing and a miss by Vallis. So the count evens up at 2-2.
Yeah, and I realize it's Wood on the hill now. I think I had a Wood on the mind because I was giving him credit for pitching against his own team.
Well, that's all right. I tried to give you the cue, but you didn't. Oh, great backhand there. As he throws him out at first base.
What leather there by Cowell.
Indeed it was.
I wonder if there's a relation to Simon.
Well, he could be on that old show Star Search because we found one. And that'll bring up Shawn Mendes, the right fielder. First pitch is outside for a ball with 2 outs here at the bottom of the first inning. As Middletown picks up 2, the top of the first on a blast by Joe Stanzione. Ooh, nice breaking ball. That was filthy. That started behind him and ended up to the outside of the plate.
Yeah, that was just dirty.
Oh, just missed. Just a little low. Wood threw something looked like a cutter there. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike calls. The count evens up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is low and away for a ball, so the count is now full to Shawn Mendes as he tries to get something going here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs. As Wood winds. Oh, nice pitch.
Frozen popsicles.
Oh, my goodness. 1, 2, 3 goes Tom River in the bottom. We'll go to the top of the second with your score, 2-0 Middletown here on BFA.
Hit the do up.
All right, we're back here at Walt Nicgorski Complex, or Walt Nicgorski Park, as we have Toms River coming up. I'm sorry, I apologize. Middletown back to the plate. Due up this inning is Joe Bartos, Brendan Roche, and Cowell. The first pitch is outside for a ball. Middletown holding a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Let's see what they can do against John Lobo here in the second. That pitch is low and away for a ball. Count now 2-0. As Bartos leads this off after Schild was caught stealing at second. So he gets a second reprieve, and that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike call, so it's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch to him. Low it away. Oh, on the outside corner, the umpire says strike call. I spoke too soon. So the count evens up at 2-2 to Joe Bartos. As Lolbo sets. And the pitch. Swing and fouled back. Two and two to count to Joe Bartos. Good shot of the dugout there. The Middletown squad. And the 2-2 pitch. Just outside for a ball. Count moves to even. I'm sorry, full. Ball hit hard down the left field line. It's a fair ball going into the corner. And Bartos leads off the top of the second inning with a line drive single to left.
Well, he had taken advantage of the fact that he had extended at bat. He was at the plate when the inning ended on the caught steal. Got an opportunity to see a few more pitches from Lualbo and made him work some more and earns himself that single to start things off here in the second.
And with Bartos at first, that'll bring up the right fielder, Brendan Roche. Batting from the left side. And he squares the bunt and fouls that straight back.
A little dynamic of the small ball.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. With a 2-0 lead, why not? Lolbo checks the runner at first. Goes there. Keeps Bartos honest. Gets back in plenty of time. Oh, 1 again, the count to Brendan Roche after fouling off the first pitch, showing bunt. And he does it again. Drops it foul. Picked up there by Malave, so that ball and a runner who needs a return to first in Bartos. But now an 0-2 count on Roche. You can probably see him swinging away. I don't think John Scanzano would have him bunting again with 2 strikes, would he?
Well, you have to be a little bit on the edge, and if it was John Scanzano, he's going to tell the kid he's got confidence in him and still have him drop the bunt.
I love it. Ooh, that pitch, strike 3, struck him out on the outside corner, so Lualbo gets him looking for the first out of the top of the second inning. And that'll bring on the slick fielding second baseman Mike Cowell. Made a beautiful play last half.
Web gem-like.
Woo. Indeed he did. Lualbo checks the runner, winds, and here's the pitch. And there goes the runner with no throw. Malave had a challenge with the exchange there. So Bartos finds himself at second base in scoring position with only 1 out. A golden opportunity for Mike Cowell to knock him in. So Albo checks the runner at second, Bartos. And the 1-0 pitch. Ball lifted foul and out of play to first base side. I love this park. It just oozes history as much as I wish I knew all the history. And the man to my left could probably tell me a little bit. The history of this ballpark. It's a.
Nicgorski Field over 50 years old, and I think everybody that's ever played baseball in South Jersey has played on this field at one point in their life. Unbelievable.
It's you just feel it when you're here. So over 50 years old. I don't know if anybody heard that on our stream, but John Scanzano says probably every team has played on this field at one point or another.
A lot of players in South Jersey.
Yep.
People tell me all the time they played there when they were kids.
Oh, nice breaking ball by Labo.
I played there when I was a
You played here when you were a teenager?
From Marlton Travel.
About 70 years ago?
Close.
It's only a 50-year-old park, though, so you couldn't have played.
Now, yes, I think you're clumsy.
Thank you, John. This is what we do on here, John. We got to keep it loose. A little loosey-goosey. Back to business. The count is 1-2 to Mike Cowell. Again with Bartos at second base. 1-2 pitch. Foul to the first base side and out of play. So the count remains 1-2 to Mike Cowell. Middletown picked up 2 in the top of the first inning on a blast. By Stanzione. And umpire says he went for the second out of the inning. So Diablo gets him swinging to commit. And that will bring up the shortstop, Steven Bogaszewski. Labo gets his sign from Malave. He checks the runner in the first pitch. On the outside corner for a strike call. So Middletown with a golden opportunity to get another run across. If Bogaszewski can hit safely somewhere in the outfield. Oh, nice breaking ball. So Loalbo settling in nicely. As the count goes to 0-2 to the shortstop, Bogaszewski. Little count mouse game going here as Bogaszewski tries to get himself reset mentally. So he realizes this is a big opportunity for him. One-two pitch in the dirt for a ball. It's now 1-2. Labo has his mind on the runner at Bartos, and that pitch is outside for ball, so the count evens up at 2-2. Bartos led off this inning with a single and then stole second base. And then followed by 2 strikeouts, Loalbo. Breaking ball on the inside corner. He struck him out, was dropped, and throws down to first base. And they get him nonetheless, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the second with your score 2-0 on BFA Sports. All right, move to the bottom of the second inning with Lucas Malev, Jack Tava, and Dom Saladita to face Evan Wood. His team holding a 2-0 lead as we move to the bottom of the second inning. The first pitch of the catcher, we say Malev is outside for a ball.
You say Malev, I say Malave. You say tomato, I say tomato.
I do say tomato. You say tomato?
Yeah.
Did I get him? It just missed him, I believe. So it's now 2-0 to him. You say tomato?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomato. I also eat Grey Poupon, in case you were wondering. Because if you say tomato,
you eat Grey Poupon, or do you put Grey Poupon
nah,
on your sandwich?
I just open it up and take a little spoon, and especially when I'm driving in my car, I like to pull up at the light and stick my pinky out.
Is that 2-0 pitch is inside for a ball? Is Lucas Malev in tight on that plate? Thought I saw a little exchange between him and Evan Wood in that last pitch. And the 3-0 pitch. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike call. It's now 3-1. Wood, very confident in his pitches, throws a 3-0 breaking ball. Catch the inside part of the plate as he winds in the 3-1 pitch. Bounces up there, so he walked him. So Malev draws a leadoff walk.
Running for the catcher.
We catch a number on that? Was that number 10 coming in?
Yes.
Number 10. Yep, courtesy runner would be I'll get it in a minute as I find it on the roster. Looks like it's David Ventura coming in to run for Lucas Malev, or Malave. Big swing and a miss by Jack Tava, the big first baseman. That's a tall young man, Mr. Tava. Ventura gets chased back to first and gets back in time. Evan Wood keeping him honest. As Wood checks the runner again. Sets, and the pitch. Just missed for a ball. It's now 1-1. Once again, we're here at the Thank You Classic here in Pensacola, New Jersey at the Walt Nicgorski Complex. Just oozing with history here. Wood goes back over again. Must have some inside information on David Ventura. So he checks him. And a 1 pitch. Breaking ball outside for a ball. It's now 2-1. It's Tava hitting out of the 5 hole. That pitch hits the outside corner for a strike call, so it's now 2-2 to Jack Tava. Probably a good pitch to go on here, the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Bartos grabs it, gets the lead runner at second. So he flips over to Kyle for the first out of the inning. Bartos had a little bit of a challenge, but still was able to gather himself and get the lead runner, which is the most important thing on that. It wasn't a textbook necessarily double play balls. It was hit slow to third.
Well, in a tight game, it's always what you want to do. Get the lead runner, especially wipe guys off the bases when they're in scoring position.
That brings up the third baseman, Dom Saldita. Once again, Evan Wood keeping the runner honest. And Jack Tava at first. Tava looks like he could take 3 steps and get over to second base from first. Oh, nice breaking ball in the outside corner. Wasn't going to give it to him yet, but the umpire did call it. Nice side-by-side shot. We call it a BFA side-by-side?
That's what we call it.
All right, the BFA side-by-side. Wood seems to be very much in tune to the runners at first. So obviously he doesn't want to give him scoring position. Any kind of little hit could knock in a run. Breaking ball just a bit up, so it's now 1-1. Jack Tava at first base as he got on a fielder's choice. They got the lead runner, Ventura, at second, running for Malav, who singled in the first time up, and that looks like it got him, and it did. So Saldita will make his way down to first base. Tava to second on that hit by pitch. That'll bring up the designated hitter hitting for Loabo, Joe Boyle.
Yeah, they're going to give him a chance to gather himself a bit here as he shakes it off. At least tries to.
Doesn't matter if it's a slow breaking pitch or a fastball. Never feels good.
Doesn't always feel too good, that's for sure.
Looks like Saldita's ready to get back in the game and get going. So he makes his way down to first base. Again, runners at first and second with only 1 out. And up steps number 18, Joe Boyle. Coach having a conversation with a home plate umpire. Don't know what that could be about, but in any event, we're ready to get back to some baseball.
Yeah, probably not like the conversation Girardi had with the umpire the other night against St. Louis.
Was that not classic or what? He threw the umpire out of the game.
We've all wanted to do it at one point.
Oh, no doubt. I thought you tried to one time.
Yeah, I did.
You did? You actually were successful?
I don't know if you remember the story of.
Don't drop names.
No, I'm not going to drop names. When I got thrown out 3 times.
Yes.
In one game.
Yeah. How do you do that? I thought after the first time it's a done deal, but you decided to linger around a little bit.
Yeah,
you hung a little close.
As I like to say, they got my money's worth.
First pitch is low for a ball to Joe Boyle. Runners at first and second, and only 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Ooh, swing and a miss by Boyle. Count evens up at 1-1.
I was so aggravated that night that I actually, as he tried to toss me out, and then finally he gave me the free pass to the parking lot, I walked away with my infamous, "That's the best call you made all game."
I remember that. Oh, nice breaking ball as Boyle, I think, got just a little piece of that one. That goes to 1-2. I do remember that. And I think now I know who the umpire was, and I'm not going to say anymore.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy.
Speaking of which, and all fun aside, the Tri-State Elite Umpire Association, these guys really stepping up under the direction of John Galante, a guy who has been tremendous to the sport and for so many years across so many different organizations and leagues and conferences and the like. These guys are out here. We got a 3-man crew for every game.
That's awesome.
And giving their services at a discount to help pay tribute to these first responders and frontline heroes throughout this pandemic that are being recognized. So tip of the cap to John Galante and the good umpires that are out here across all of these different fields for the Thank You Classic.
All right, count is 1-2 to Boyle. And that pitch is called strike 3, struck him out for the second out of the inning as Boyle goes down looking. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Ryan Baker, to see if he can put a run across here at the bottom of the second inning for Toms River. And that first pitch to Baker is on the outside corner for a strike call. So we had a walk, a fielder's choice, a hit batsman. And now a backwards K by Boyle for 2 outs. Oh, that's one that I think all of us would have taken a cut out. That thing was hanging up there, but nice breaking pitch by Evan Wood. He's got this team off balance right now.
Well, he's not phased by the fact that he's got a couple of base runners out there, which is impressive to me.
Oh, that's a nice breaking ball. Here's a ball in the hole for a base hit. Waving her around, Tava, and he's going to score. As Tava scores from second base on that single to left. Nice base running by him to put a run on the board for Toms River. Cut this lead in half.
Yeah, good work there by Baker. Being patient, not trying to be over anxious with 2 outs. Finds a pitch that he can drive and converts it to an RBI.
That'll bring up Zach Gooddale, the center fielder. Wood, a runner still at first and second, and 2 outs. To your point there, partner, it was a good piece of hitting. Finding the hole, staying disciplined, and nice RBI single by Ryan Baker. If you could hear it, the timely ESPN sound. It's almost like, we gonna get in trouble for that?
No, that we won't get in trouble for. The music, however, I don't know. We actually got an alert that we had another crew do a game earlier this morning over in Millville, and we got a copyright claim, so they're not going to be able to watch parts of that game in North Korea, Cuba, Syria, and some other country.
That's all right.
I forget what the email said.
All right, 1 run, 1 hit on the RBI single by Ryan Baker with 2 left. We'll go to the top of the third with your score, Middletown 2, Toms River 1 here on BFA Sports.
All right, thank you for watching the Thank You Classic here on BFA Sports. Upstairs in the booth at Walt Nicgorski Field, Doug Stasic joined alongside my brother from another. Want to thank our good friends at United Rentals. You can contact them at 1-800-YOUR-RENTS. Some major improvements to this facility, and thanks to the good people at United Rentals, a lot of the equipment was donated so the work could be done. And we're going to play a game under the lights, and it wouldn't be possible without our friends from Able Electrical. So they were the ones responsible to help us upgrade the light facility. And, man, is it going to be a beautiful night here on this Saturday night, Al?
Sure is, as we go back to the top of the order here in the top of the third inning with Patrick Egon leading off, followed by Greg Trezza, and the home run hitting Joe Stanzione to face John Lualbo. Pitch is over for a strike call. I believe the count might be 1-1. It is. Thank you very much to Mr. Do-It-All, Ryan Shoemaker. Statistician, producer, and director. As Egon calls timeout. Egon popped out to third base his last time up. Pitch to him is a line drive right at the right fielder, and that's Mendes making the grab. An easy out for Mendes, but that ball was hit on the button.
Yeah, squared it up quite nicely. Good stroke. Looked fantastic coming off the bat, that's for sure.
Okay, with one out, that'll bring up Greg Trezza.
Trezza singled and scored.
Yes, he did. He didn't have to run very hard. The guy right behind him.
Yeah, he got the jog home.
Yes, he did. So again, with one out in the top of the third inning. Middletown holding a 2-1 lead over Toms River. That ball's a line drive in the corner. That's going to fall for a base hit.
Oh, that's going to be trouble. He's going to get on his horse.
He is on his horse as Trezza motors into second base with a stand-up double. So Trezza now 2 for 2. Staying hot.
Yeah, his teammates pumped up there in the Middletown South dugout. Nah.
And now
is he going for an oven mitt? Is that what he's doing?
No, is he?
Oh, no, he's got a courtesy runner.
He's got a catcher. He's the catcher.
Hey.
Did you say the runner's mitt?
Yeah. I said the oven mitt, actually.
Did you say the oven mitt?
Yeah, the oven mitt.
Well, they look like oven mitts.
Yeah, there you go. Getting some love there from his guys.
Yep. Nice job by Trezza. Good piece of hitting.
All right, so we do have a courtesy runner out there.
Yeah, I don't have. Do you have a number for him? You don't have a number.
I don't. Actually, you know what? I might be able to.
But you stayed at the Holiday Inn Express last night.
I did. Yep, number 2.
Number 2 would be Will Doyle.
Because Doyle rules.
And that first pitch is over for a strike call to the home run hitting Joe Stanzione. Hit a blast to center field, a 2-run blast that Trezza scored on.
They're going to pitch to him again, huh?
Why not? I like to see home runs. This guy is a big man. He checks his swing on that one. Count now goes the 1-1.
Yeah, can't confirm whether or not he plays for the football team, but if he doesn't, he must be highly recruited to do so by that staff.
I would say, dare I say high school level, he's at least a linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
At least. That pitch is outside for ball. It's now 2-1.
Yeah.
As Loalbo tries to work himself out of a little mini threat here. A big swing and a miss by Stanzione. I guess he's got his mind on the home run ball as he takes a huge cut at that one. So the count now moves to 1-2 to him.
Quite the healthy hack.
Sure was. I think he was trying to put that one over the trees. Ball popped foul and right behind us, it looks like. The count remains 1-2 with Will Doyle at second base. As Loalbo gets his sign from Alave, checks the runner, and the 1-2 pitch. Foul to the first base side and out of play. So the count still remains 1-2 to the home run hitting Joe Stanzione. Here in the top of the third inning with Middletown holding a 2-1 lead. I think Stanzione has one thing on his mind, and that's hitting a bomb. Here's the pitch. Ball stays up there for a ball. It's now 2-2. Two and two to count to Joe Stanzione. with Doyle at second base. And the 2-2 pitch. Pounded foul at third base side. Nice grab there by the third base coach. Showing off the skills. This so far has probably been about an 8-pitch at bat for Joe Stanzione, as he will not go down without a fight. And that 2-2 pitch gets by Malave, and moving up to third base is Doyle.
They are being aggressive for sure.
So the count now full to Stanzione with Doyle at third base, only 90 feet away from a sac fly and possibly scoring. There's the 3-2 pitch. Hard ground ball gets through for a base hit. Doyle will score to make this a 3-1 lead for Middletown after Stanzione now going 2 for 2 as an RBI single.
Man, talk about working for it. This guy right here, he has exhausted all options. That is for sure.
No doubt about that.
And he made it work.
2 and 3 hole doing very well for Middletown so far, and that'll bring up Matt Puntari, the left fielder, who struck out last time up. Here's the pitch from Loabo. First ball's high for a ball. So Malave comes out to talk to Loabo to settle him down a little bit. Again, it's only a 3-1 lead for Middletown, so Toms River still in this baseball game. Keeping his pitcher focused as there's plenty of baseball to play. Again, with Puntari striking out last time up, it's probably pretty much telling him, hey, let's just stay in the zone, pitch the contact, we'll be okay. That pitch is low for a ball, and Stanzione decides to stay at first base as Malave had some challenges finding that one. Count 1-0 to Puntari. Stanzione takes a decent lead at first base. That pitch is outside for ball. It's now 2-0. I'm sorry, I think the umpire said 3-0, actually. Thank you, Ryan. I could have been wrong, but it sure sounded like 3. Did you hear 3? I thought I heard 3-0. All right. Here's the pitch to Puntari. On the inside corner for a strike call. Let's see the umpire. Let's see if we can catch and see what he says here. He should give Loabo the count. Maybe not. All right. I was hoping we'd get that. And the 3-1 pitch over for a strike call, and it looked like it might be 3-1 as Puntari looked like he was getting ready to make a move to first base. So the count now full to him at 3-2. With Stanzione at first base after his RBI single. There's a line drive to left field. That'll fall for a base hit. Stanzione will move into second base. And Puntari gets his first hit of the ball game with a line drive single to left field. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ben Schild, who had a single and was caught stealing in the first. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Middletown threatening again against starting pitcher John Loabo. And the first pitch is away for a ball. It's 1-0. Wabo's thrown a lot of pitches as the Middletown squad has hit a lot of balls, fouled them off, deep counts. I wouldn't doubt if he's tiring a little bit. And matter of fact, here comes coach coming out to speak to John Loabo.
Well, you got to hit the reset button every once in a while. And I think in this situation here, you can kind of tell he's kind of hit a little bit of a rut, so why not give him some words of encouragement?
I can't read my handwriting, but I believe that's Andrew Pago. Is that how we say his name? Maybe. I could be wrong. I think that's the head coach.
I think so, too.
Yep. But again, as you will always attest to it, you'll say I'm wrong. This one here right now? I got line drive center. Wait. Yeah, line drive center. Schilt takes the pitch over for a strike call. Count 2-1 to him. Again with runners at first and second, and just one out. Ooh, big swing by Schilt. The count evens up at 2-2. We're in the top of the third with Middletown holding a 3-1 lead and threatening here in the top of the third inning. Swing and a miss by Ben Schilt as he goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Joe Bartos, who led off with a single in the top of the second inning. So he's 1 for 1. That first pitch is outside for a ball. And a 1-0 pitch is low in the dirt. It's now 2-0 to Joe Bartos. And a 2-0 pitch is outside for a ball. It's now 3-0. Brandon Roche waiting on deck. Wabo checks the runner, and the 3-0 pitch is over for a strike call. It's now 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't strike him out. It's 3-2. Need to check the scoreboard here. Need to follow my... Yeah, it's a good job, right, Ryan? Aren't you supposed to discipline me right about now? Pay attention. It's a count now full to Roche. There's a hard ground ball right to the third baseman, and that is Saldita, who gets the force out at third. So that will end the inning, but not before a run is scored by Middletown. They pick up 1 on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And then we'll move into the bottom of the third with your score 3-1 on BFA Sports. All right, we move to the bottom of the third inning with the top of the order for Toms River, and that's Nick Mortalito, and followed by Brandon Vallis and Shawn Mendes to face Evan Wood, or Mendas, I should say. Face starting pitcher Evan Wood as he holds a 3-1 lead. The first pitch is a breaking ball, low and away for a ball. Mortalito led off the first inning with a ground out to third. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Did he go? An home plate umpire says he did. So the count evens up at 1-1. Toms River picked up a run in the bottom of the second inning to cut the lead in half. Middletown picks one up back in the top of the third as they hold this 3-1 lead. And that 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike call. It's now 1-2. Wood winds, and the breaking ball is outside for a ball on the 1-2 pitch. It evens up at 2-2. Line drive down the third base side, foul. So the count remains 2-2 to Nick Mortalito, playing shortstop today. There's a ball lifted to third base side, foul. So I'm taking a look at the flag in left center field. Looks like it's might be blowing in a little bit. Actually, more to right field. So we've already had a home run here in this game. Blast by Stanzione to dead center field. And the 2-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. The count now moves the full at 3-2 to Mortalito. One hopper to third. Bartos picks it up and fires, and they get him at first base. Nice job. Good recovery by Bartos. That was a hot shot down to third base. Mishandled a little bit, but gathered himself to get Mortalito, the fleet-footing Mortalito, at first base. A close play. It's the second time he's grounded it out to third base, and that'll bring up Brandon Vallis, who grounded it out to second base on a great play by Cowell in the top of the first inning. Pitch is fouled at the plate for a strike.
Vallis got some good flow.
He does. Good observation by my partner.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that thing going. I'm surprised he doesn't have an invite to dinner with the Avengers.
Wait, like Thor?
Yeah, why not?
You think he's got some pipes on him? He could be Thor. Again, we were talking about the lefty. He pitches a breaking ball low and inside for a ball. I always say the left hand. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just what we see here on TV typically, but the left-handed hitters have always had the gorgeous, beautiful, perfect swings. Again, that's another one. That's just a nice cut by Brandon Vallis, who fouled that one back. Count now goes the 1-2 to him. Again, he grounded out on a hot shot to second base where Cal made a perfect play going to his throwing side the opposite way into the hole. That pitch bounces up there for a ball. It's now 2-1, 2-2 I should say, to Brandon Vallis. One out in the bottom of the third as Toms River tries to put something together to get into this ball game. They're down 2 runs to Middletown South as he fouls that one at the plate. The count remains at 2-2. gets reset and looks for a new set of signs from Trezza. And he's ready to go as he winds. That pitch is inside for ball, so the count moves to full at 3-2 to Brandon Vallis, playing left field today. Telling you, from the center field shot, that flow is going on. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, so Wood gets Vallis to strike out for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Shawn Mendes, who struck out in the bottom of the first inning, his last time up. Top of the order having fits, and I would say most of the order with Evan Wood, who's doing a really nice job on the bump. There's a ball lifted to center field. Shouldn't be a problem. Catch is made there by Egon, and that will end the inning. So 1-2-3 goes Toms River in the bottom of the third. We'll move to the top of the fourth with your score 3-1 here on BFA Sports. All right, as we move to the top of the fourth inning with Brendan Roche leading off, who struck out in the second inning. They face John Loalbo. That first pitch was over for a strike call. And the 0-1 pitch is just a bit inside for a ball. It's now 1-1. Middletown holding a 3-1 lead, looking to put more on the board. And Roach checks his swing. I don't see a check down the third yet. Maybe they didn't, but nonetheless, that's a ball. Count now 1-1 to him. As I sound like I'm asking. And it actually was. So ground ball at first base as Tava makes the grab and does it himself on an unassisted put out. And that'll bring up again the slick fielding Mike Cowell, playing second base today. Struck out swinging his last time up in the top of the second. Pitch from Labo is a bit low for a ball. It's now 1-0. Top of the order doing most of the damage for Middletown so far. As Greg Trezza, who's catching today, has scored twice. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Count now 1-1 to Cowell. Stanzione has the 2-run bomb that scored Trezza. And then he came up in the top of the third inning. And an RBI single between short and third. And that's where your score stands for Middletown right now, leading 3-1. Labo sets. Working out of the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit the left field. As Cowell gets a one-out single to left. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Steven Bogaszewski. I believe he struck out swinging with a throw down to first, I think, the first time up. So I don't have it on here, Ryan. You're supposed to be keeping me sharp. I'm about as dull as a butter knife right about now. Labo goes over to first base to chase Cowell back. What were you going to say there, partner? It looked like you wanted to make a comment.
No.
You sure?
I was good. I was just going to tell you were actually accurate on that one.
What, that I'm as dull as a butter knife?
Well, on both accounts, and then the strikeout swinging.
Okay. Oh, good.
With the throwdown
I'm
first.
surprised I got that because just my memory. It must be coming back. It's pounds I'm losing. So, ball dribbled down to third base line. That's going to be trouble. Oh, as they wait for it. Oh, it stays fair.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was something.
Man. It looked like it was going to go foul, but, again, you never know. So it sat right on the line. So an infield single for Bogaszewski. That's a lot of words to say there, Bogaszewski.
Yeah.
A lot of letters. So runners now at first and second base. It's Middletown keeping the pressure on Toms River.
Back to the top of the lineup.
Yes, Patrick Egon, who popped out to first base and lined out to right field his last time up. The first pitch is in the dirt for a ball.
So is it Egon or Egon?
Egon. I like that one. Egon. Who says that again?
I don't know.
Someone says that on TV. Like Egon. I can't remember now. There goes the memory. There you go, Ryan.
Yeah. Is it a New York announcer?
No, I'll figure it out. I'll have it for you in a little bit. I like Egon. That pitch is inside for a ball. Count now 2-0 to him. Again, runners at first and second, and only one out for Middletown as they face John Loalbo, who's in his fourth inning of work. And a 2-0 pitch to Egon. It's high for a ball. It's now 3-0. Leadoff hitter in the lineup. 3-0 count. 2 runners on. For me, I think he's taking. However, we don't know if this coach is aggressive. We don't know how Egon very well, but he was taken all the way as he takes ball 4. And the bases are now loaded for the catcher, who's 2 for 2 today with 2 hard hit balls, Greg Trezza. So Middletown now threatening again here in the top of the fourth inning, I should say, and that looks like it's going to be it for John Loalbo, who did a nice job on the bump.
Yeah, he did a real nice job. I mean, hey, listen, you got a lineup. We said at the beginning of this game, there was one thing we knew. Both these teams were known to produce runs and do so in a hurry, but he really kept them at bay. He did a nice job of managing some of those scenarios, situations when there were runners on deck. And listen, it's still a 2-run ball game, so I think from a change-up standpoint and give these batters something different to look at as they get ready to go through the lineup yet again, it's a strong move.
Yes, it is. And now on the mound, it looks like it's number 6, and that would be Brendan Lavallee. Hopefully I said his name right. Lavallee. Lavallee. How about that? It could be Lavely.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
I think the
And you're
first
looking
one was
pretty good
correct.
yourself there, pal.
Right. Right.
I think the first attempt was correct.
Oh, Ryan Schumacher getting in.
Come on in. The water is warm. Take a look here. The dugouts of both these squads real quick.
And again, the bases are loaded. Obviously, the only time that Labo was hit hard was, I would say, probably gave up 3 hard hits, maybe 4. Trezza has hit the ball hard today, as we stated earlier. He's 2 for 2.
Well, and that's the timing piece. You're in this situation. They have 1 out, correct?
They do have 1 out.
And I think Coach was hoping that they might be able to roll a double play ball with that last one. Didn't work out as according to plan, so before they go through yet once again, now's the chance that you want to change up the lineup, because historically it's that third time someone sees a pitcher that it starts to kind of automatically become more of a, we'll call it a slight advantage, at least to the hitter, because they're comfortable with the speed and what it is that they're seeing.
Yeah, and Trezza has had Loablo's number so far in this game. And now with a new pitcher on the mound, see if Trezza can keep it going, as he's 2 for 2. And a big opportunity to put some more runs across the plate as he faces Lavely. The tall, lanky righty. The first pitch is a breaking ball fouled off to the first base side by Trezza. And on deck is the big home run hitting Joe Stanzione. Anxious to get to the plate. Timeout call by the home plate umpire. Lovely sets in the 0-1 pitch. That looked like a slider of some kind over for a strike call. It's now 0-2 to Trezza, as he's hitting out of a hole here against Lavely. We'll have to take a different approach at this point. Breaking ball fouled to the first base side and out of play. Count stays 0-2 to him. Lavely throwing a heavy dose of breaking balls to Trezza. That ball is lifted to the second base. Grab made there by Baker for the second out of the inning. So Lavely comes in and does his job with a very difficult situation with the bases juiced.
Well, it doesn't get any easier here with Stanzione. There's no room at the end, so these bases are, in fact, loaded, and he's already been a beast, 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBIs, including that home run.
Yeah, the last time Stanzione was up, you think about a hitter with power. He battled the whole time against Labo and did a nice job by fighting off and getting a base hit. So here we go with Stanzione at the plate. Mano-a-mano against Lavely. First pitch is outside for a ball. Breaking ball over for a strike call. It's now 1-1. Stanzione again 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Responsible for all the runs scored in this game so far by Middletown. Oh, nice pitch on the outside for a strike call.
Yeah, he only had to go 60 feet to get to Sherman Williams, find the paint on that corner.
It's very clever, but I have to laugh at it because it's good. Is that 1-2 pitches outside for ball, so the count evens up at 2-2 to Stanzione. Can you say that one again? What was that again?
Said he only had to travel 60 feet for that trip to Sherman Williams to paint that corner. Oh,
all popped up.
Well, that might be playable.
As
Parking lot.
ran out of real estate. As Stanzione once again. This guy must have rubbed the Blarney Stones. He's staying alive. against the new pitcher, Lavallee. Kind of reminiscent of his last at bat.
That was a good one to have.
And that 2-2 pitch gets away from Malave, but no advancement by the runners. And the count now goes to full at 3-2 with 2 outs. Stanzione.
This is a big
looking hitterish. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field, not deep. As Mendes gets under it and makes the grab, and that will end the inning. So no runs for Middletown as they have 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning with your score, 3-1 Middletown on BFA Sports. All right, as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning, due up this inning is Lucas Malave, Tava, and Saldita to face Evan Wood, who's only given up 1 hit so far in this game. That 1 hit was an RBI single by Ryan Baker in the bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch is pounded foul down the third base side. Malave walked his first time up. Working behind the dish for Toms River. And the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Scoop there by Bogaszewski, who throws, and it gets by the first baseman, Stanzione. So Malave will lead off.
Yeah, real nice piece of glove work there, though. I think he may have found himself rushing the throw a bit more than he anticipated, but his momentum carried him out towards right field, and so did the ball.
I'm going to score that a E6, unfortunately, on the throw, though. Didn't have to throw a bit. Okay. I just want to make sure we were on the same page. It's coming in to run for Toms River North is number 10 again, and that's David Ventura. After that E6, we'll see if Toms River can put something together against Evan Wood, who's pretty much had his way. The Toms River North team. That ball's flared to center field. It's going to be trouble. Oh, and it falls for a base hit. Covering second base is the pitcher, Evan Wood, but not in time as Malave moves up to second base on that C&I bloop singer to center by Tava.
Yeah, that was in no man's land, and the challenge was good base running, but ball falls, hits the ground, no one to cover the base because you had the shortstop, second baseman, and center fielder all converging on that dead man's Bermuda Triangle single.
So now 2 runners on and nobody out on an error and a bloop single. That's how things can change quickly. As Evan Wood, still pitching very well here into the bottom of the 4th inning, has himself a little bit of a jam. He goes to second base and chases back Malave. I'm sorry, that's not Malave. It's actually, as I said, it was Ventura. Yes, Ventura Highway.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put it past the fact that in this spot with no outs, they don't try to sacrifice him over.
I like that call, partner. My BFA partner. It's Saldita, who was hit by a pitch last time up. See if he squares the bunt and calls timeout at the plate.
As for time, indeed.
Now, I know, listen, when you're playing team baseball, everybody bunts, right? But typically, I don't see a third baseman bunting very well. I don't remember Mike Schmidt. I'm trying to think of a lot of third basemen. Brooks Robinson, did he ever drop a bunt? Craig Nettles? I know I'm old.
Yeah.
Let's get into more current. Help me out. Help the old man out over here.
Alex Boehm?
There you go. It's Alex Boehm. You ever see him square a bunt?
No. No.
Pitch is over for a strike call.
If our good buddy Chris Lozzi was here, he would be asking for a courtesy maneuver by the umpire, who's in what they call the C position, and inadvertently kind of screening our strike zone.
Now, maybe he's your good buddy, but he's not mine. You know, I'm kidding, Chris. I got to take my shots while I can. Take it while you got them. Pitch of Saldita.
Oh.
Nice pitch by Wood.
Yeah. You know, Lozzi takes it and gives it, though.
He
I
does.
give him credit.
He
Like
does.
on Facebook, someone had posted, you know, you're a better announcer than you are umpire.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
I couldn't.
So he's doomed for all the way across the board.
Yeah.
He's got nothing going for him.
Yeah. Saldita continuing to play the chess game, trying to make Wood a bit uncomfortable with his tempo. Step out for time, and he gets it. Oh.
Foul ball. So he just got a piece of that one. Count stays at 1-2 to him. And with runners at first and second and nobody out, Toms River threatening here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Against Evan Wood, as I said earlier, it's pretty much had his way. The Toms River hitters. As he checks the runner in a 1-2 pitch. Strike three, struck him out, and maybe a bit of a questionable call based on the batter's reaction, not mine. So I'll clarify that one and get the caveat out of the way as Saldita goes down looking.
Yeah, well, you can't take that pitch in that spot. Not with runners. No. You know, with runners on base, you try to be a bit more aggressive, or at least, as they like to say, fight for another day. But he took his chances with the 50-50 pitch, and this one just didn't go his way.
That'll bring up Joe Boyle, the designated hitter, who struck out his first time up in the second innings. He dribbles one down to third base as Bartos goes to second, over to first, and they get the double play.
Bang!
5-4-3 double play to end the bottom of the fourth. We'll go to the top of the fifth with your score 3-1 Middletown on BFA Sports. All right, as we move to the top of the fifth inning, again, a defensive setup for Toms River. Valles, Goodale, Mendes in the outfield, Saldita, Mordelito, Baker, and Tava on the infield. And then behind the dish is Malave, and a new pitcher is actually Lavely. As we move to the top of the 5th inning, and Ponteri, Schild, and Bartos to face the new pitcher who came in and did a nice job of getting out the jam in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, and Luabo's final line, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. So good job by him and the Toms River defense.
There's a line drive, base hit to left field as Ponteri leads off this 5th inning with a line drive single to left. How about Middletown and Evan Wood getting a ground ball double play out? So it looked like Evan Wood last half inning was going to be in a little bit of trouble, and got the 5-4-3 double play to end it.
Yeah, both pitchers doing a nice job on the hill because even Wood's line up until now, he's only allowed 2 hits. He was rung up 4 strikeouts and just 1 walk.
That'll bring up Ben Schild. I don't know if I didn't see it. I think he dropped a bunt. As Schild bunts over Ponteri for the sacrifice. Successful.
Oh, we were waiting to see what was going to happen at some point with that said bunt.
That'll bring up Joe Bartos, who is 1 for 2 today. Had a single in the top of the 2nd and grounded out to first base his last time up. So a runner in scoring position and Ponteri at 2nd base. Middletown looks to increase this lead.
And we're getting word the game that is on deck is another must-see matchup, Don Bosco Prep versus Bishop Eustis. And we are told that there are quite a few scouts already showing up early to get their chairs ready.
As they should. First pitch is fouled back by Joe Bartos.
So they're actually getting to get treated to a bit of a large ice cream cone with some rainbow jimmies and a treat like this one.
Mr. Softy's right down the street.
Mr. Softy is right down the street from Walt Nicgorski Field.
So you like to call me a lot of times because, you say I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You call me Mr. Softy.
I call you Hot Fudge Sundae.
I'm not going to ask why. I'm not going there. This is a G-rated show.
No, there's a lot of stuff going on. You got the
line drive, right center field. That's going to fall for a hit and go all the way to the fence. As Bartos rounds 2nd, and a run will score. And Ponteri crosses a plate to make this a 4-1 lead.
Well, just what the doctor ordered coming up clutch. Talk always a lot about getting into the bullpen for a team. They were able to do as much, and another RBI and a big spot. Bartos having himself a nice game, making it 2 for 3 on the day.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Brendan Roche. The runner still in scoring position and only 1 out. Roche struck out and grounded out to first his last time up. That first pitch is over for a strike call.
We talk about fundamental good baseball. Started this inning off. Ponteri gets on with the single, and then Schild with the sacrifice bunt. So that ends up manufacturing a run, and in a tight game like this, every run counts.
Oh, nice breaking pitch by Lalali.
Because you never know when you can use some more insurance. Like for us, what we do, we always call Mint's Insurance over there in Millville.
Oh, yeah.
Todd Bonadonna. His son Nick pitched a good game against Mainland, even though he was on the short end of the stick of that 18 strikeout performance by Chase Petty, no-hitting the squad.
Drop 3rd strike, throw down to first base as they get Roach for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up the 2nd baseman, Mike Cowell, who struck out and had a line drive single to left his last time up. Middletown leading 4-1 here in the top of the 5th inning with a run across the board in this top half. That first pitch is over for a strike call to Cowell.
Cal could really help his squad here. 1 for 2 on the day. And you got to appreciate that Bartos with 2 outs is going to be super aggressive on his secondary lead. So anything that's hit here hard into the outfield on the line drive is most likely going to score him with ease.
As Lavallee continues to throw a heavy dose of breaking balls, it's going to be tough for Cal to get something hit hard.
I want to give a shout out to our guy, JT Kroger, who's on hand. Always has some fantastic coverage from throughout New Jersey. He's been also pretty awesome in helping us get some of these lineups pregame. And
oh, thank you to JT. I was wondering how we were getting these so quick.
yeah, and
Look at you, JT.
got Bishop Eustace lineup is ready to go. Coach Sam Tropiano has printed it up. Indeed, I have confirmation that Anthony Salamito, the University of North Carolina commit, will be on the hill for the Crusaders.
Probably one of the primary reasons why these scouts are here. Only one, because I'm sure there's some we know there's some quality talent on both sides.
Yeah, there's Don Bosco has 14 Division I committed players on their roster. So think about that.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into it yet because obviously they're not on the field yet, but there's some good stats I want to throw at you as far as how they've done so far this year. Pitch is fouled straight back. Don't want to take anything away from Middletown and Toms River. So got a good battle going on here. Again, we're in the top of the 5th inning with Middletown leading 4-1 with 2 outs and a runner at second base. We've had looks like 2 hits this inning so far for Middletown. Lavallee tries to work out of this inning. Breaking ball found straight back. As Mike Cowell stays alive at the count 3-2 to him. Lavallee stretches in the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Struck him out looking as Cal goes down. That will end the inning, but not before Middletown puts 1 on the board on 2 hits, no errors, and they left 1. With your score 4-1, we'll move to the bottom of the 5th on BFA Sports. And we move to the bottom of the 5th inning with Baker, Goodale, and Mordelito to face Evan Wood, who's done a real nice job so far through 4 innings. As he faces this Toms River North team. First pitch is foul to the first base side and out of play. Baker, who is the producer of the only run for Toms River, had a line drive single to left field. Knocked in Jack Tava his last time up. Ball up the middle, hit right back at Wood, who will take his time and throw over to first base in Stanzione as Baker is retired. And it tells you a lot, Doug, and I'm sorry, I think you were about to say something, but I wanted to kind of tee up on this one. So Baker, that's his only second time up, and we're in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I mean, Wood has really been doing a fantastic job. What more can you say about this guy? He's keeping him at bay, and by limiting the amount of times that they're actually seeing him throw, it's helping him.
Zach Goodale tries to bunt his way on, who struck out his last time up and his only time up in the bottom of the 2nd. Yeah, Wood is not an overpowering pitcher. He's just a very crafty pitcher, if you will. Mm-hmm. Good breaking stuff. Knows how to move the ball around the zone.
Yeah, I mean, thus far, only 2 hits that Wood has allowed to the Mariners.
Oh, what a pitch as he got Goodale to offer at it. So that breaking pitch broke way out of the zone, and now Goodale finds himself in an 0-2 count. After trying to bunt on the first pitch, fouling it off, he waved at that breaking ball out of the zone, so now 0-2 to him. And the 0-2 pitch. Ball pounded to the third. A chopper grabbed there by Bartos, who goes across the diamond to Stanzione and gets him. So 5-3 is the putout.
Yeah, give Bartos credit, man. He's been playing fantastic defensively, been flashing the leather all day long, and another difficult play that he made relatively routine.
Yeah, Bartos has been quite busy down there. A couple times he's been handcuffed, but recovered for putouts on fielder's choice groundouts. So great job by Bartos staying with that one. And we have now 2 outs with Martelito back to the top of the order, who's grounded out both times. Guess where?
To Bartos.
So 5-3 is the number for Martelito so far, as he grounded out again, as we said, to Bartos at third base. That pitch is a little tight.
Yeah,
and inside for a ball.
Toms River North running out of opportunities here, and certainly with 2 outs, you're not expecting him to attempt a bunt. But wouldn't surprise me if they try to apply some different pressure as they come to bat in the 6th.
Pitch by Wood, a breaking ball in the dirt for a ball, and I believe the count now goes to 3-0 to Martelito. Again, we're now third time through, getting just to the third time through the order for Toms River. Swing and a miss. If that was a 3-0 pitch, he gave him a 3-0 green light.
Yeah, he thought he had it. I will also say there's no action in the bullpen. So Coach is feeling pretty good about what he's seen from Wood. He's been efficient. Pitch count got to be relatively low. Oh.
That pitch is inside, so it was actually 2-1, so it's now 3-1 to Martelito. So I do apologize for that misinformation. My fingers got a little too quick on the scoreboard, Ryan. And the 3-1 pitch. Low and away for a ball, so Martelito has a 2-out base runner after that walk.
They're coming up to the meat of the order. So 2, 3, 4 here. They're going to make a rally.
Yeah, that'll bring up Mr. Flo, Brandon Vallis, the left fielder, who's grounded out to second on a 4-3 putout and struck out in the third. Ground ball off of Stanzione. They still might get him. Here comes the throw. They do not get him in time as Vallis beats that one out. And I got to tell you something. Stanzione's a little bit in because actually he's holding the runner. I might want to call that an infield single. What do you think?
I think it was a rocket, but it's most likely going to go in as an E. They're going to.
All right, we'll call that an E3 then. As now runners at first and second and 2 outs, as Evan Wood has been in this situation before. He's been able to work it out. The last half inning, he finished off the inning with a 5-4-3 double play ground ball. It started off with, guess who? Mr. Bartos.
Web gems for this guy.
Yes, sir.
All day long. So, situation here with Mendes with 2 outs. I know he swung through that first pitch, but he's really got to identify what his strong suit is and try to play to it. Make them come to you. Don't go chasing. Not at this stage of the game where you have 2 runners on with 2 outs. You don't need to just put the ball in play. You want to be able to crush one.
The ball bounces up there. The runners will advance with no throw. Mendes struck out in the first and flied out to center in the third. And now has runners at second and third with no force out. So a ground ball that might be, hit hard in the hole or whatever could still score a run and keep a rally going for Toms River North.
Yeah, they are pulling. They're playing him as a pull hitter. I mean, there is a ton of room down the right field line. So if he goes outside with this pitch, as a matter of fact, both corners are wide open. They're pinched on the corners in their outfield right now. So both. Oh my!
Well, he goes to the right field side on cue, but out of play.
Yeah, like if either he pulls it down the line or slices one oppo, it's going to be trouble the way that the defensive alignment is right now. So. Be confident. I mean, hey, if you're Mendes right now, you keep your hands inside the baseball or try to barrel up over on the outside corner. Just make sure you step into it.
Well, Mendes typically hitting out of the 3-hole would be probably your best hitter, at least for average and pop, traditionally. And a 1-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be tough. And he gets through for a base hit. One run will score. They're waving the other runner, and here comes the throw. It's going to be close. And they get him at home. Wow, great job and great throw by Egon to Trezza to end this inning, but not before Toms River puts a run on the board to make it 4-2 as we move to the top of the 6th. Your score, 4-2 on BFA Sports. And we move to the top of the 6th inning with a bang-bang play in the last bottom half. 8-2 throw it after a single by Mendes, an RBI single by Mendes. The runner at second tried to score and was thrown out. So we have ourselves a 4-2 ball game.
Yeah, absolute outstanding play by Egon. He and Trezza connecting, but to just be able to keep yourself calm enough and get an accurate throw, that was phenomenal. I mean, that was right on the screws.
Indeed it was. So Lovely, who's still on the bump for Toms River North, will face Bogazuski, Egon, and Trezza in this 6th inning. So Stephen Bogazuski at shortstop today, leading off the top of the 6th. And first pitch is out of the zone for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike call. It's now 1-1. Brendan Lavallee in his actually 3rd inning of work. He came in the third inning. In relief of Loalbo.
Came in the fourth.
Fourth, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep. You just got to go back 3, and it would be 4, technically, from an innings perspective.
Pitched 2.2 innings.
There you
thus
go.
far.
Thank you very much. Just pops it up. Making the grab there is Tava for the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. And we'll move to the top of the order in Patrick Egon, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. He popped out to third, lined out to right, and as I said, walked in the 4th. Egon, the first to front end of that throw home, playing center field today. It was Egon who made that throw on a line to Greg Trezza. Ground ball up the middle. Going to be a tough one as Mortalito dives, and he makes a throw. Great effort. Good grief. That would have been an ESPN special right there.
Yeah, he did everything short of building a sandcastle while he was down there, but managed to come up with a baseball and make a throw.
Sandcastle? That's great. Oh, boy. It's one out, and Egon on first base. That infield single, and that'll bring up Greg Trezza, who is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, a double, a single, and he popped out to second base his last time up. Breaking ball over for a strike call. It's now 1-1 to Greg Trezza with Egon at first base, again with 1 out. As Lovely chases back Egon, plenty of time. He gets back. There he goes. Pitch is fouled straight back. So Egon will have to make his way back to first base on that foul ball by Trezza. Trezza, a tough out for this Middletown South team as he fouls that one straight back, again being 2 for 3 on the day. It's just created complete havoc for this Toms River North team. Nice BFA side-by-side shot. Trezza stays, pitching the dirt. There he goes. What looked like almost a delayed steal. Actually, great recognition on Egon's part because he did not move until he saw that ball get by Malave. So he advances to second base.
Aggressive secondary lead. As soon as he saw the ball in the dirt, knew that he could get there.
Ball gets by again as Egon will move to third base. That wild pitch. So 90 feet away from Middletown putting their 5th run on the board. They got the right guy at the plate to do it.
Yeah, this guy's been a terror today.
Him and the man on deck and Joe Stanzione. Both of them are 2 for 3 today for this Middletown South squad. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left field, falling quick, and that's going to be a base hit. Run will score, and Egon And Trezza just keeps the pressure on Toms River North with his third hit of the ball game. And RBI to boot.
Big time piece of hitting in a clutch spot. Giddy up, fist pounds all around. Well worth it.
Trezza, I would call him one of those lunch pail type of baseball players. Just gets it done. Big swing and a miss by Stanzione as he looks to put 2 more runs on the board with that swing. It's time for a conversation. Maybe coach is going to get him to settle down. Reset the mind and get his perspective in a different, I don't know what to say, just kind of in a different direction, if you will.
Well, he barreled 2 of the balls, obviously with a home run, and then the other single, but he hit them hard. I mean, the pop-up that he had, or the fly ball to shallow right field, was the only ball that he hasn't really squared up today. So I think coach there is trying to tell him to take a deep breath, relax, find your pitch, realizing that, you know, we can do some more damage at the middle of our order. Why not?
Count now 1-1 to Joe Stanzione, who is 2 for 3 with a home run in the first, an RBI single in the third, and he flew out to right in the fourth. So count now moves to 2-1 to him. Trezza at first takes his lead after the RBI single knocking in Egon, and that pitch is fouled straight back. It's now even up at 2-2.
We had mentioned that some of these scouts are showing up a bit early. A kid like Stanzione, great opportunity to make some impressions this afternoon, and I would say early on he has.
I would say the hitter in front of him has just as well.
Yeah, these guys are doing some damage in the 3-4 spot here in this lineup for.
There he goes. Ball lifted to right center field, going deep, and that ball is out of here. Second home run for Joe Stanzione. Another 2-1 blast, and he knows how to run around the bases with that gait he's got going on there.
Whew. No doubt about it. As soon as he had gotten hold of that one, that ball got up and out in a hurry. And at this stage of the game, exactly what South was looking for. And it seems as if it's going to create a pitching change here.
Well, the way Stanzione hits the baseball, I don't know how many pitches. They got to go through the whole lineup here because that's a.
Did you see the celebration?
I did not.
Okay. They busted out a pair of sunglasses for him. So he took out the sunglasses and put them right on. There's a good look at Stanzione as he's getting high fives all around, and rightfully so.
So two-run blasts by Joe Stanzione, 1 in the first and 1 in the sixth. He now has 5 RBIs out of the 7 runs knocked in by this Middletown team. And they don't know what to do with this young man because they may have to 4-pitch him if they see him another time either this inning or next. So 1 out, new pitcher on the mound for Toms River North, and that is number 24. I will get his name. Does anybody have any glasses?
Yeah. Sure.
I don't have a 24 in a roster. Oh wait a minute. So it was the second baseman Ryan Baker coming in to pitch. My apologies. The Toms River High School North squad. Ryan Baker now on the pitch in relief of Lavely. So that means we have a new second baseman, and we'll get that for you in just a second. Middletown has taken a 7-2 lead, still with only 1 out. Still with only 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Hey, Ryan, can you get a number down there at second since I don't have my glasses?
I can.
Hey, get those binoculars out. See who we got down there. All right, so number 5, Jack Pesso. Down at second base. Filling in for Baker, who moves from second to the mound in relief of Loveley. And the first batter Baker will face is Matt Pontari after that 2-run blast by Joe Stanzione. The 3-for-4, 5 RBI, Joe Stanzione. And the first pitch is a ball.
So I wonder if we're going to go, might be a double switch here.
Well, Pesso did come in. Lovely went out. Baker's in, staying in the ball game.
Oh, that one's leave a mark.
All right, so Baker hits Pontari. Moves over to first base. That'll bring up Ben Schild, the designated hitter, who singled, was caught stealing, struck out, and had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. So on paper, he's actually 1 for 2. That first pitch is high and inside for a ball. Pontari at first base, who was hit by a pitch. Again, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And that pitch is inside for ball. It's now 2-0. Baker checks the runner at first. Our side-by-side BFA camera. And that 2-0 pitch is high and inside for a ball. It's now 3-0 to Ben Schild. Pontari takes a short lead at first. And the 3-0 pitch is taken all away by Schild, so the count now 3-1 to him. And 3-1 pitch. Pop foul straight back out of play. This count now moves to full. We're in the top of the 6th inning with 2 runs across the board this half for Middletown on a 2-run blast by Stanzione. And a 3-2 pitch struck him out swinging. Schild strikes out the second time in his ball game. I'll get it out sooner or later because I'm getting a little tongue-tied. That'll bring up Joe Bartos, who's been quite busy down at third base.
He's had himself quite a game with a double, single, and RBI. 2 for 3 today. I was going to say, you said you're having trouble getting things out of your mouth, but usually you don't have any trouble getting them in.
No, I don't. No, buffets are never. They have to replenish quite quickly with me in the building.
So you have big dinner plans tonight too. So what do you got going on? I'm assuming you're not eating at the concession stand for the 8 o'clock game tonight.
No, I'm not. No, it's a big dinner night. We're having soup and salad.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna be going a bit crazy with the mi esposa.
Very nice. So Baker, I could be wrong, but looking at some of the schedules that are coming up, this might be a move by coach to get Baker some work in. He's been up in the zone and in a little bit, which kind of tells me he might not be one of the main guys they're always throwing out there.
Excellent observation. I'd probably agree with you on that one. I think it might be the first time I agree with you on anything.
Very seldom, anyway.
Scout now 1-2 to Bartos with 2 outs. And Pontari at first. There goes the runner. He fouls that one back.
But that being said, something you love about a guy like Baker. Willing to do anything for his team, anything for his coach, get out there, giddy up and fire away, even in a position that they find themselves down by a few. But this is one game in a season that every game counts in the standings. You're worried about points when it comes to playoffs. So you got to plan ahead. Can't always just be about this game.
Pitch is fouled back and out of play. It stays at 1-2 to Joe Bartos. Three runs on the board this half inning, this top of the sixth for Middletown. RBI single by Trezza and a two-run blast by Stanzione. Baker tries to get out of this one with his ball popped up to right field. Mendes making the call. He loses it in the sun.
Yeah, couldn't see it.
Tough. It's a high sky, as we like to say, and it's very true because it's a perfect day here. A little chilly for the first part of May, but a glorious one nonetheless, and that was probably lost in the sky by Mendes as he looked like he had a beat on it. And it just fell between him and the second baseman, Peso. Some runners now at the corners at first and third. It looks like we have another change coming up, and it looks like a new batter coming in for Brendan Roche. And that is number 35, Will Christopher. Coming in to hit for Brendan Roche, who's playing in right field. And again, in a situation like that, you got to call it a single. I mean, there's nothing else you can say because there was no glove on it, right?
Yeah, no. Simple as that.
First pitch to Christopher is over for a strike call. Oh. Did I not get him? I thought I heard some.
Yeah, they're saying it did.
It did. I thought I heard helmet.
I give Christopher credit though. He tried to play it off. It's like, no, that because he wants another at
Sure
bat.
he does. Sure he does. All right, so now the bases are loaded for the second baseman, Mike Cowell, who has a line drive single for a base hit in the fourth and struck out in the second and the fifth. He's 1 for 3 today. So we have almost batted around. It looks like we have another change. No, we don't. Okay. Unless we have a pinch runner. I don't know what happened there. I must have missed out on that one. We had the coaches out there conversing with the home plate umpire. But that brings up again Mike Cowell, who's 1 for 3 today. And that first pitch is high and in for a ball. Bases loaded. 3 runs across already for Middletown in the top of the 6th inning. Looking to do some additional damage as they extend this lead over Toms River. That pitch is fouled to the first base side and out of play. It's now 1-1. Ponteri at third, Bartos at second. Christopher at first as that pitch is called a strike. It's now 1-2 to Cal.
Quick scoring update. Another thank you classic action. Another one that's drawn some interest is Gloucester Catholic versus Ocean City, and seeing that Gloucester Catholic is up 2-0.
Pitch is fouled back. It's another good one. We saw them playing against St. Augustine Prep last weekend.
Yeah,
Talk about an electric game, like you say. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's really good teams.
Yep. Well, we're excited about this next one coming up, too. Don Bosco versus Bishop Eustace. 2 heavyweight contenders, if you will. It's a 1-2 pitch inside for a ball. The count now goes to even to Mike Cowell.
Yeah, our buddy Josh Friedman. Reporting that Gloucester Catholic up 2-0 on Ocean City, going bottom of the first. So Gloucester City scores in the top half of the first frame.
And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That will end the inning, but not before. Middletown South puts 3 across the board on 3 hits. The big one by a 2-run blast by Joe Stanzione. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th with your score. Middletown 7, Toms River 2 on BFA Sports. All right, we move to the bottom of the 6th inning with Middletown leading 7-2 over Toms River. So this half inning facing Evan Wood, who's in his 6th inning of work, is Lucas Malave, Jack Tava, and Dom Saldita. Again, to face Evan Wood. The bottom of the 6th as they try to get something going. That ball's pounded foul down the third base side. Evan Wood having his way for the most part with his Toms River squad, and a good lineup indeed that he's facing. So tip of the cap to Wood. It's been keeping him off balance. And indeed, right on cue, a big breaking ball as Malave swings and misses. The count now 0-2 as he's in a hole. Swing and a miss. Actually, foul tip struck him out. Great job by Trezza to hold on to that one. That pitch was not easy to handle. It was out of the zone. He foul tipped it, and Trezza squeezes it for the third out, or third strike, I should say. And the first out in this 6th inning. That'll bring up Jack Tava, the first baseman, who was out on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. A bloop single to center field his last time up. Wood winds in the pitch. Our ground ball, bad hop, but great job by Bogazuski to pick it, and nice hold of the bag by Stanzione to get Tava at first.
Great defense all around.
They did call him out, but wait a minute. He's got a fist, and then Tava's staying at first base. So what's going on?
Looking for a video replay? I don't think it's available at this level.
No, it's not available at this level. But they're going to call the home plate umpire for consultation with the base umpire. But it looked like Stanzione held his position. He held it for the longest time. It didn't look like he was looking for the bag. But we'll see what they come up with here, as Tava was not moving. And they say he's out. So they do agree.
Not much of a replay they're able to look at right now. I mean, football just started their instant replay, and it has to be approved by the state per game.
It's Ryan Shoemaker coming in with some information for us. Look at you. I'm proud of you. As Dom Saldita steps to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Following that 6-3 ground out by Tava. Time called by Saldita, who's been hit by a pitch in the second and struck out in the fourth. Wood winds. Ooh, nice pitch as that ball just dipped out of the zone and in on him. The way that ball's moving that way, it's got to be a slider, right? Maybe some kind of. It's not a fastball cutter, so that ball is moving in on the batter. Just keeping the batters off balance is Evan Wood as Saldita fouls that one away. Count remains, I believe, 1-2 to him.
It's a rare pitch, but what if it's a slurve?
Are you making up pitches over here, Ryan? Is that what you're doing? That breaking ball is outside for a ball. So we'll try to get confirmation on the actual count here. And I don't get it from the home plate umpire, so we'll work with 2-2. Line drive, base hit to center field. Saldita keeps this inning alive with a single to center field. Good patience by him as he fought off a menu of breaking balls from Evan Wood. And that will bring up number 18, the designated hitter, Joe Boyle, who struck out in the second, grounded in a double play, 5-4-3 in the fourth. He's 0 for 2 as we have a quick consultation on the mound.
Coach Lamore making sure his guy feeling good.
They give him a vote of confidence to keep it going. So maybe he was just going out to check to see if how was he feeling, because with 2 outs and only a runner at first base, there's really no threat. But Evan Wood's been out there and throwing a lot of pitches, but again, just doing a fantastic job on the bump for Middletown. And again, Joe Boyle to face him with 2 outs. First pitch to him. Check swing to right field, falling quickly, and it falls for a base hit. Great effort by Roche, but that gets by him. And they're waving him home. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close. Nope, no throw. As Saldita scores on a check swing double by Joe Boyle.
Well, that's just what Toms River North had needed. A little bit of a spark. So provided as such by Saldita.
So back-to-back hits. Evan Wood, I believe we're going to be making a substitution in the batting order. Again, Toms River has put back-to-back hits against Evan Wood. Put a run across the plate. Again, tough one for Roche in right field, as that one was hard to kind of read on a check swing. He came in hard on it, made a great effort, but it got by him. So on the scorecard, it's a double for Joe Boyle and an RBI.
Looks like it's his substitution here.
Yeah, it looks like a substitution.
Number 10.
Yeah, that might be, let's see here. That's Ventura again coming in the run, I believe. Or is he at the plate?
He's at the plate now.
He's at the plate, okay. And the first pitch is called a strike by the home plate umpire.
There is Ventura.
Yes, Ventura now in for Ryan, hitting for Ryan Baker. Who's on the mound. Swing and a miss. So it's quickly 0-2 to Ventura. I want to start singing Ventura Highway, one of my favorite songs by America.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective?
No. Good try. Ooh, tough pitch to lay off. As he gets the calls, now 1-2. with a runner in scoring position in Joe Boyle, who doubled on a check swing to right field. Oh, strike three, struck him out on a filthy breaking ball. But not before Toms River puts a run on the board on 2 hits, no errors and 1 left. We'll go to the top of the 7th with your score 7-3 here on BFA Sports. All right, we're back here at the Thank You Classic in Pensacola, New Jersey at Walt Nicgorski Complex. As we move to the top of the 7th inning with Middletown leading 7-3. And it looks like we're going to start this inning off as we did in the top of the 6th with Stephen Boguski. Boguszewski. I got to get that right. I've been here long enough to get it right. As he leads off this 7th inning. His last time up, he popped out to first base. In an inning that Middletown put 3 on the board. That first pitch is wide for a ball. And Middletown with 7 runs across the board. Line drive, 1 hopper to second base as Peso grabs it and throws. Not in time to get Boguszewski. So I think I'm going to call that one an infield single. As he got down the line pretty fast. And we're back to the top of the lineup for Middletown and Patrick Egon, the center fielder, who popped out, lined out to right, walked, and had a single in the 6th. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike call. Middletown continue to keep the pressure on Toms River North as they lead 7-3 in the final frame, the final top of the frame. That pitch is fouled away. It's now 0-2. Boguszewski on first base had an infield single to second. Now Egon with an 0-2 count. Facing Ryan Baker, who was at second base for the majority of this game until he came in the 6th. That pitch is high for a ball. We have another good one for you coming up right after this one. Don Bosco Prep versus Bishop Eustis. A heavyweight battle, almost for those of you who are old like me. Frazier and Ali. A thriller in Manila, but this one's going to be a thriller in Pensacola. Can't wait to bring you that game on BFA Sports. That pitch is hit hard down the third base side, but foul. Set of count remains 2-2 to Patrick Egon. Baker stretches in the pitch. It hit him. And Baker did not want to do that, obviously, with down 4 runs. And now you'll have runners at first and second with nobody out. And we're getting to this part of the order for Middletown that's been just absolutely lights out as Greg Trezza, who is 3 for 4 with an RBI and 3 runs scored, I should say. It's been just a nemesis for this Toms River North team. And here he is in another opportunity to knock in a run. And there's a shot to right center field, tailing away from the center fielder. That will fall for a base hit. One run will score. They're stopping him at third. And it's an RBI double for the slick hitting Greg Trezza. As Bogazuski scored on that hit. And it's now an 8-3 ball game in favor of Middletown. And now you have Joe Stanzione, the home run hitting. Joe Stanzione has 2 two-run homers in this game and an RBI single for 5 RBIs. And it looks like the umpire's saying, nope, maybe they're not. He was telling the home first base umpire, there's no place to put him. Oh, no, they did walk him. I'm sorry. I do apologize. So they gave him a free pass to first. And it brings up Matt Punteri. Let's see if they make him pay for it. Big swing by Punteri as he looked to do just that. So the bases are now loaded with nobody out. And with all respect to Joe Stanzione and the day he's had, they decided to intentionally walk him, put him on first base to load the bases. That pitch is fouled back by Punteri, so the count quickly 0-2 to him. We're in the top of the 7th with Middletown with a run across here in the inning, leading 8-3. Again, bases are loaded for Punteri, who is 1 for 3 on the day. No, 2 for 3 on the day, I should say. I do apologize. And he strikes out looking for the first out in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Ben Shield, the designated hitter. Was a single, caught stealing, struck out, sacrifice bunt, and struck out again. So he is 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch is a big swing and a miss by Shield. Ryan Baker seems to be settling in nicely. Only giving up 1 big hit this half inning. That pitch is outside for a ball. Count now 1-1 to Ben Shield. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Line drive to deep right field. That ball is off the fence. 1 run will score, and here comes the second. As they hold Stanzione at third. And Shield gets into this one. He hits a bomb off the top of the fence for a 2 RBI long single. game is now getting blown open 10-3. So we still only have one out and runners at the corners. And that'll bring up Joe Bartos. First pitch is on the inside corner for a strike call.
Bartos 3 for 4 on the day with an RBI and a double.
And he's been quite busy down at third base. That pitch is high and inside for ball. It's now 1-1 to him. Runners at first and third with one out. Baker trying to work himself out of another jam here as there are 3 runs across the board for Middletown South. Count now 1-2 to Bartos.
Oh, that one
just missed.
That really did. We got a great vantage point above home plate. That was a good call.
Strike 3 struck him out as home plate umpire rings up Bartos on a strike 3 looking. And that will be the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up, I believe, number 35, Will Christopher, who came in. Nope, we have another change. And that looks like DeMarco is the last name. We'll get a first name for you. Tom DeMarco. It's Coach Chris Lamore giving some hitters the opportunity out of the 7-hole to get some at-bats. The first pitch is high and inside for a ball. It's a 1-0 to DeMarco. Because I don't have a place to put his name now on the scoreboard. I'm going to have to make
double substitution out of the one spot. Yeah, it's good.
It's all right. We'll write him down here and make a little arrow. And that pitch breaks inside for a ball. It's now 2-0. Again, Tom DeMarco hitting a spot that Brendan Roche and Will Christopher had just hit in. As we have almost batted around again for the second inning in a row. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike call. It's now 1-2 to DeMarco.
Yeah, I mean, I know Baker's getting put in a tough spot being a position player who they've kind of forced into duty here with the pitching, but he's bared down. I mean, the one thing is he's pitching to contact. He's throwing strikes.
I agree with you. He has not done a bad job as this ball's hit hard up the middle. And get the force out at second. Great play there by Mortalito, and that will end the inning, but not before Middletown puts 3 across with 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left, or 2 left, I should say, and we'll move to the bottom of the 7th with your score 10-3, Middletown. All right, we move to the bottom of the 7th inning here at the Thank You Classic. Thanking all our first responders with Middletown holding a very strong 10-3 lead. As we move to the bottom of the 7th, the last frame for Toms River to do some damage and get back in this ball game. And leading off, I guess this is a pinch hitter. I do apologize for not getting that. Number 15 in the game. And that is Stephen Davis hitting for Zach Gooddale. Big swing and a miss. Count now 2-1 to him.
And Wood still out on the hill.
Yeah, this young man has done a heck of a job just keeping this Toms River team off balance. They've put a couple of rallies together on some fluke hits, a hit batsman, then a bloop single. That pitch is fouled away, but Wood has come up with a big pitch at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, the only kind of, crack in the proverbial armor really happened last inning where he gave up a single and a double back-to-back, but then he battles and ends up getting a strikeout looking to end the frame.
Let's remember that double was on a check swing, ball that fell in front, right in front of Roche that got back behind him. But other than that, he's been lights out. It's a count now 2-2 to Davis. Wood gets his sign from Trezin, winds. And the 2-2 pitch is a strike 3 call as Davis goes down looking for the first out in his bottom of the 7th.
I don't know. I thought maybe he was doing an impersonation of Michael Jackson. He was moonwalking back out of the box. I don't know the coach is going to like that.
What? Was he really moonwalking?
He kind of, not physically. He was moving backwards as he was staring down the pitcher, which was kind of weird.
Does he only have one glove? He does only have one glove on, doesn't he? Does he do Pepsi commercials too?
Yeah, I didn't see any fireworks falling from the sky on that one.
All right, back to the top of the order for Toms River. Nick Martelito leads. Back to the top, I should say, with one out. The ball's chopped foul on the third base side. Count now 1-1 to him. Again, with one out in the bottom of the 7th. Martelito was grounded out twice to third base. Third to first, I should say. And he's had it looks like a walk in the 5th. That pitch is called a strike. It's now 1-2 to him. So Wood doesn't look like he's tiring at all.
So we're now officially 2 hours and 48 minutes into this one.
Are you serious? Wow. Uh-oh. I don't know if I'll be able to do this big. Well, I'll do some of the big game. Oh, no. Man, I hope they start this next one quick.
Well, if this was a PBR New Jersey event, I can assure you the game would start about 5 minutes after the last one here is thrown. You just got to giddy up and go. Of course.
Hard ground ball, man. Base hit the left field as Martelito hits that one past.
Bartos.
It's not Bartos now. It's somebody else over there. It's number 1 playing third base.
It's still Bartos.
Is it Bartos?
Yeah, unless he gave away his jersey. I mean,
it is Bartos.
They usually wait until after the game to exchange jerseys.
You're right. I apologize. That was a nice piece of hitting by Nick Martelito. If this was a PBR event, we'd be going to what, 1 a.m.? For the
whatever
2 a.m.
Well, yeah, but see, it's always about being seen, right? Hashtag be seen. So if you really think about it, I know we had good fun at the state games last summer, and we were kind of joking we were still on the air at midnight. But if you think about it, it's really smart because it's still prime time on the West Coast. So
That's
you got
true.
We had actually we had Pepperdine reach out to TJ Hunt as a result. Shooter Hunt, he loved it. He was over there in Oregon still watching things that are going on, and it felt like it was just regular time of day.
As Mr. Flo at the plate, Brandon Vallis with a runner at first base and one out. And indeed, we had Nightline starting right after that. I think was it Saturday? Was it a Saturday? I think Saturday Night Live came on right after our live stream.
And of course we're saying this because TJ Hunt, director of PBR New Jersey.
There's a shot down the right field line. It's going to fall for a base hit. It's Vallis rounds first, Martolito heads into third. Vallis is going to get the
He's
second.
sending him.
There we go. Here he's going to come to home. Here comes the throw. No throw to home as Vallis with a stand-up triple. An RBI stand-up triple. As the marathon game keeps going. Would you say 2 hours and 48 minutes? Or wow.
Yeah. This game has gotten very interesting. That's for sure.
So score now 10-4 with Middletown leading. First time you've actually seen Wood get hit hard, so obviously he's late into his game.
Then I had mentioned earlier, you know, all of a sudden we brought up PBR New Jersey, and I mentioned TJ Hunt now, the PBR New Jersey director, in the booth.
Line drive base at the left field. That'll score Vallis. It's now a 10-5 game.
I mean, maybe for Toms River North, I just keep mentioning TJ's name because every time I do, they get another hit and another RBI. I mean, we keep this up, this game might go extras.
Second RBI for Mendes as he had an RBI back in the 5th inning. That was the same RBI after that got the second runner coming in, got thrown out from Egon to Trezza to end that inning, where it would have been 2 RBIs for him.
Yeah, give Coach Lamore credit. He was kind of doing the old Stretch Armstrong, trying to get everything he could out of Wood and without having to bring in another arm. But looks like that's not going to be the case as Shea takes the pill.
Good out of Wood? What are you, rhyming now? What are you, the mix master over there? What are you doing?
Well, I was at a wedding last night, and they were playing a lot of good 90s hip-hop, so I guess I felt a bit inspired. I know my wife is remarkably angry with me right now, though, because she doesn't dance ever. She was on the dance floor the whole entire night, so she may or may not have had probably a few too many libations. So I'm sure that her head might be ringing from all those 90s jams, but I'm sure my head's going to be ringing later on when I got to listen to why I had her up on the dugout all day running the camera, but whatever.
She's done a great job nonetheless, even though she probably, I thought I saw her still dancing. She couldn't get her dancing shoes off.
Yeah, well, at least she wasn't in the parking lot meeting a divorce attorney.
Well, she was on the phone with the divorce attorney. She just wasn't in the parking lot talking to him. It's a new pitcher on the mound for Middletown. Is number 12. As Wood did a great job. Jack Shea.
John Scanzano, I guess, thought the game was over. He is the gator on the field with the drag on the back. He wants to get this thing up and going.
Oh, thank you so much. You brought some refreshing water.
Wow. Yeah, look, right from Milwaukee or Colorado, one of my favorite 2 places that they make water.
What is the water bad up here in Pennsauken? Because it's a little. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh man.
All right, Al, so back to Shea.
Yes, so Shea's in the relief, but Evan Wood, come on, let's give him a tip of the cap. The guy he was a beast on the mound today.
Yeah, and indeed he was. I mean, he gave up 2 hits there late, but I have him down for 7 hits. Looks like 5 earned runs. But he stranded these guys and put his team in a good spot to win, and tallied 7 strikeouts on top of it. So pretty good day overall by Wood, and he got kind of put in a tough spot there as Coach Lamore was trying to finish this one out without going to the pen, but an opportunity now for Shea with quite a few people in the building as the estimated time of first pitch for the Don Bosco Eustis game was 5 o'clock. So for those of you joining us on the live stream here, it's because the other game hasn't started yet.
All right, now Lucas Malave steps to the plate. Been working behind a dish today with a runner at first base and still only 1 out for Toms River. As they put 2 across the board. That pitch is outside for ball.
You know, and as Alice Shea goes to work, a couple guys would obviously be worthy for South being recognized as players of the game, but Stanzione with his 2 home run performance.
Oh, big swing.
5 RBIs, another single, and he was intentionally walked when another threat came up. Not sure if he's committed, but I can assure you that he's turned some heads. Got to check the roster of what year he might be.
If he hasn't turned any heads, there's some people that aren't awake around here because that young man has hit some bombs today. Not only that, but again, no favoritism, and not to take anything away from Stan's own, but Trezza has been a beast. Yeah, Joe Bartos has played a heck of a game. He's got 2 or 3 hits this game. Played beautiful work down at third base with the glove.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was really impressed with Bartos' defense. His awareness at the corners, and you continue to see how he is into every single pitch, but he's made really good adjustments. So the one thing that I've recognized over there is he knows when he's supposed to squeeze the line as he's moving through the lineup, and he seems to be reacting pretty well to where the catcher's setting up for the pitches. You don't usually see that a lot from the third baseman, and it's just kind of that bear down and try to knock it down. But I could easily see a guy like Bartos even playing over at second base. So, again, another guy, good opportunity, especially if there's some college coaches watching this event. Wishing that kid nothing but the best because he earned some love today.
You like to throw the love around, don't you?
Yeah. Big time. Big love.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
I
was waiting.
I was channeling
I was either setting you up for a punchline, but I almost came back with one. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna pull back.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you throw some love this way.
Well, yeah, I can appreciate that. It's just as usual when you go to put the ball in the tee for me, it usually equates to like Lucy holding it for Charlie Brown because I'm looking down and my phone's blowing up via text message, so I was probably half listening to you. Well, that's normal.
That's a good analogy. Like I'm supposed to be able to see that, but again, that's a good call. Was it Lucy or Sally?
Lucy.
There goes a runner, and that 3-2 pitch is in the dirt. So we have runners now at first and second base. Still only one out as Malave walks.
Still a lot of energy over there in the Toms River North dugout.
Why wouldn't it be? You got, let's see, they're down 5. Something could happen here, and it can be suddenly down 2, and you don't know what the heck could happen at this point.
Well, we're in a hitter's park, and that
No
was for me something that was of many things that are going to interest us in the Bosco Eustis game. Got a couple marquee arms that are going to be taking the hill, but you got some lethal lineups. You got a guy like Petrutz leading off for Eustis. Sparks could fly pretty quickly. So I'm really excited the fact that these guys are playing in what we'll call the mini Citizens Bank Park version for pitchers.
You as I can't wait for that one. So we can turn that one around quickly. So I know you're all waiting to watch.
Oh, look at this.
Snap, throw down a second. That ball gets out.
Oh, man. Good
backup there. There's no advancement by the runners.
Trez is another guy. I mean, it's,
Mm-hmm.
I admittedly didn't know a whole lot about the depth of this roster, but these Middletown South guys, they came the ball. Trez a good-looking backstop there behind the plate. Done a real nice job from a receiving standpoint. Haven't seen much get by him whatsoever. But more importantly, you see a guy like him batting 2 as a catcher. That kind of tells you that.
Oh, nice pitch over for a strike.
At the next level, probably even have the opportunity to play some corner outfield.
Trezza is 4 for 5 on the day.
Yeah, dude's balling out today.
2 RBIs, 4 runs scored. That ball's lifted to short. And this infield fly rule is called. Sorry about that, partner. I know you're about to bring that one in.
Yeah, all good. Looking forward to adding this game to the 2021 high school playlist on our BFA Live Sports YouTube channel. So if you're watching the live stream now, especially if you're one of the players or families of, you can go check that out. Cut it up as you see fit, and quite a few college coaches are always checking out that growing list. You'll also see right under that channel the PBR New Jersey list. So if you have a student athlete, especially those in the underclass, your freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and you haven't signed up for a PBR New Jersey event, you are missing out on by far second to none best exposure you can get if you have plans of playing at the collegiate level. Highly recommend you go to prepbaseballreport.com, create your profile, and you'll be able to see a lot of the upcoming events, some of which were already teed up in the summer.
Don Saldita steps to the plate. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Saldita's been hit by a pitch, struck out, and singled in the 6th. Sorry, he singled in the 6th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will end the ball game as Middletown wins 10-5. We will be getting ready to go to our next game, and it should be a great heavyweight bout between Don Bosco Prep and Bishop Eustace. So stay right here on BFA Live Sports. Obviously, this game will end. This stream will end. You'll have to go on to the next stream. And hopefully stay with us, as this is going to be a good one. We'll see you after this break. We're not hot, right? Okay.